Hey guys, Will here. So I wanted to give you a bit of an update for the channel as we wrap up 2022. It's been an absolutely massive year for us personally, as well as for the Boosted Media business. And yeah, as you guys might have seen in my community post recently, I've been quite sick the last couple of weeks as well. So I wanted to give you a quick update on that as well, which is good news, thankfully, at least for now. But firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to you guys for getting us to 250,000 subscribers. We reached that milestone just a couple of days ago. And yeah, it's just, I can't wrap my head around how many people that is. I remember back when we were reaching around the sort of 20,000 subscriber mark, which wasn't all that long ago, sort of trying to picture a football stadium full of people and things like that. And yeah, 250,000 people is just a number that I can't wrap my head around, but I wanted to say a massive thank you to you guys for the support in getting there. And yeah, just look, in general, just a massive thank you for all the support that you guys have given us in this journey so far, particularly in this last year, which has not been an easy year in terms of business growth and you know, personal things that have been going on. All kinds of stuff like that. So wanted to give you a bit of an update first on my health. Now, those of you who've seen the community post would have seen I ended up with cellulitis in my right leg about, I want to say almost 2 weeks ago now. So for those of you who don't know, what that is basically an infection which spreads through your skin and can get quite nasty. If you don't treat it quickly, it can actually turn into septic shock, and that can cause all sorts of problems, can actually be life-threatening as well. Now, in my case, I've been neglecting my body pretty badly for quite some time now. You know, I've sort of been putting work first, you know, and not really taking appropriate, you know, care of my health. You guys would have noticed in a lot of the videos I've put on a lot of weight in the last year as well. I had COVID back in December, so pretty much a year ago exactly. And after that, I actually started putting on a lot of weight with no real explanation. I didn't really change anything in my lifestyle. I wasn't getting enough exercise, but I didn't really change anything in my lifestyle, didn't really change anything in my diet, but it seemed to just sort of trigger something with my metabolism. And I've kind of just been ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it, not really doing anything about it. So the result of that has obviously been that I've become quite unfit physically. And that really kind of became noticeable about 3 months ago now when we started the process of purchasing this new house and the new studio and starting to sort of get everything ready, do all the painting, do all the floors, you know, looking after the garden and stuff as well. All those physical things that I just hadn't really been doing for the last couple of years. I really noticed very quickly just how unfit I'd become. And obviously having to do all those things and get them all done very quickly meant that, you know, it took quite a toll on my body as well, because I was too unfit to be doing the things that I was doing. So I was pushing myself beyond my physical limits. And I basically got to the point probably about a month ago now where I was just completely burnt out. Around about the same time as well, Tom got extremely sick. He had really bad COVID to the point where he couldn't even move in bed without throwing up. It was pretty serious. So didn't have a lot of help from him during that time either. So I was having to do a lot of things by myself. And yeah, look, so I've just been feeling physically extremely drained recently to the point where I've just had no energy. I've, you know, just felt like I've just wanted to sleep all the time basically. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago now, I woke up and I noticed that I had a really nasty pain in my thigh. And I kind of thought nothing of it. I thought maybe I'd slept a little bit awkwardly or twisted it, moving things around the day before or something like that. And next morning, it didn't really go away. There wasn't any sort of inflammation or discoloration of the skin or anything like that. And then the next day, my ankle was really painful. And I kind of thought, that's a little bit strange, but still didn't have any, you know, no discoloration, no swelling, no nothing. And then the next day after that, I woke up and my foot was all swollen and all red. And I'm not going to show you any pictures or anything like that because it's pretty gross, but you guys that are interested, you can Google cellulitis and you'll see, you know, what it can look like. So I called up the health line that we have here in Australia and basically spoke to a doctor on the phone. They said, look, I think you've got cellulitis. You should probably start on some oral antibiotics. So I did that. And it kind of was getting worse and worse and worse throughout the day. And our new neighbours at this new house, actually, she happens to be one of the head nurses at our local hospital. So she came over, she had a look at it, and she said, I think you need to get onto intravenous antibiotics because that's looking pretty serious. And she said the reason why your thigh was hurting is because your lymph nodes are all blowing up and reacting, and you know this could turn into blood poisoning. Well, it's not. Technically it shouldn't be called blood poisoning, but this can turn into, you know, a more serious infection in your blood that could actually, you know, end up being really, really, really serious. So she basically sent me to hospital. I ended up spending 7 hours in the waiting room there. just watching the infection literally spreading up my leg. So I could see the redness traveling up through my calf, up towards my knee, and starting to go into my thigh. And that was a pretty traumatic experience for somebody like me that has, pretty severe anxiety, as I've talked about on the channel before. Watching that happening to me was very, very scary, and, not really sort of getting much attention from the hospital staff either. So finally, after about 7 hours, I did get in. The doctors didn't seem to be as concerned about it as I was, which I guess kind of makes sense as well, given my anxiety. But they put me on IV antibiotics. They gave me a single dose of that and then said continue the oral antibiotics. But look, basically, so I've been on antibiotics now for about 9 days. I'm about to finish the course tomorrow, and I've got another follow-up with my GP tomorrow. The redness and the swelling have reduced significantly. My foot is still quite swollen, which is making it impossible for me to make driving videos at the moment because I can't, it's quite painful for me to actually use the pedals. I can walk around and stuff now pretty well, but the doctors have said, look, you just need to keep your leg elevated as much as you possibly can just to reduce the swelling and recover as quickly as possible. But yeah, I was very lucky that I went to the hospital when I did, because if I hadn't got those antibiotics into me as quickly as we ended up doing with the IV, it could well have become very serious. And it's a bit of I guess it was a bit of a scary experience too, because I just kind of thought that I might have had a bit of a cold. My kids had been a little bit sick the week before, so I did have a fever, but I kind of just attributed that to having a virus or something like that. Didn't really think that it was something so serious, and then by the time I actually paid attention to it, it was at the point where it very well could have, put me in serious trouble. So yeah, if you do ever have anything like that going on, guys, pay attention to it. Go to the doctor and get it checked out as quickly as possible, because it can turn nasty very quickly. But the good news is I do appear to be on the mend now, and I am going to be making some pretty drastic changes in my lifestyle to improve my general physical health and well-being. I said to the doctor when I went to him the other day that I want to do some blood tests, figure out what my baseline levels are like, start eating healthier, getting more exercise, and prioritizing things like that as well. So obviously at the new place, we've got a bit of land here, so I will be, doing more stuff around the house, looking after the gardens and whatnot. But I do definitely need to be dedicating more time to my physical health. So I want you guys to keep me accountable as well. You should see me losing weight over the course of the next couple of months. I've lost about 5 kilograms already just in the last 4 weeks or so, just through, making healthier life choices. So I'm going to continue that as well. And hopefully I'll have a lot more energy for making better videos too. Now we are going to be making a couple little changes to how we do things around here as well. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about that because, it'll become apparent pretty quickly. Basically what we need to do is become more efficient with our review videos. It takes us a lot of time to put those videos together. Tom and I have been spending a lot of time recently kind of analyzing all the analytics for the channel and sort of, I guess, figuring out what you guys are most interested in, what you aren't interested in, and which parts of the video provide the most value when it comes to the review videos. So we're going to be spending a lot more time refining that this year. Obviously, we've got this new space as well, which you guys saw in the last video. If you didn't catch that video, definitely check it out. But we've got this brand new studio space now, which is going to be really awesome for filming as well. It's going to open up a lot more opportunities. So the result of that should be a lot more efficiency here in Boosted Media. One of the big changes that we made now with this new space is, that we won't have to pack everything down and move everything every single time we shoot a video. So that'll save us a couple of hours per review video that we do as well, which will be great. But yeah, the content's going to be a lot more efficient, a lot more easy to watch for you guys. And just all in all, we're going to take all the things that we've learned from the last couple of years from what we've been doing, refine it all down, and come back better and stronger. So, content has been a little bit slow the last couple of months just due to the amount of work that I've had to do to get this space ready, moving house and everything. We've actually moved locations 5 times this year, just with moving to the studio out of my old garage, moving house, styling the house when we sold it, moving our furniture out, then moving our furniture back in. And yeah, it's just been an absolutely crazy year behind the scenes. I haven't shared a whole lot with what's been going on behind the scenes. I've sort of tried to keep things just to the point on the channel, but yeah, we have had a lot of things going on that have, really sort of taken their toll physically and emotionally on me as well. So really looking forward to coming back stronger than ever in 2023. So I am going to be taking it a little bit more slowly just for the next couple of weeks, just while my leg recovers and I get back to full health. I am still feeling very physically drained at the moment. I am still on antibiotics, and that does take its toll as well. Tom is on leave for a couple of weeks as well. He definitely needed some time off as well. He was burning out too. So yeah, we just want to basically make sure that we're both, completely recovered before we start punching out review content in 2023. 2023. So you can expect to start seeing reviews coming out again, probably the second week of January, I would say, maybe the third week of January. But I am hoping on smashing out some race videos over the next couple of weeks for you guys. We have fallen well behind on our schedule there with me not being able to drive for the last couple of weeks. Now, another really important point there as well is we want to start getting back more into community stuff too. That is one thing that has really fallen by the wayside just while we were in that last studio, simply because, you know, I was having to travel from my house to the studio to film videos. And, you know, with young kids at home and everything, I really needed to draw a bit of a boundary there and not be sort of, you know, leaving my wife looking after the kids in the evening so that I could go and play video games and make videos, because I just didn't really feel like that was fair. And that kind of, the result of that was that a lot of our community races and things like that kind of fell by the wayside. Some of the awesome guys in our Discord community did continue to do some community events, but unfortunately I wasn't able to participate in those. That is one thing that we're definitely going to be turning around this year, or 2023. So I want to be participating more in community events. I want to start running more of that type of thing as well, and doing a lot more online racing. A lot of our content in the last year has been, you know, racing against AI, stuff like that. I do want to start bringing that online again. Not every single video, but I want to sort of participate in a, you know, in a proper championship in iRacing again, and take you guys on a bit of a journey of improvement in my driving again. We did that a couple of years ago, but it's just something that I haven't had the time to focus on this past year, and I know that's something that you guys have been keen to see. So better quality driving, more racing videos, better quality review videos, new studio, all kinds of things going on this year. I'm really excited, and thanks again very much to you guys for all of your support. Honestly, it does mean the world to both Tom and I and our families. None of the stuff that we're doing would have been possible without it. And yeah, look, we definitely don't take it for granted. You know, my focus in terms of business growth has very much been trying to achieve this goal and getting this space all set up. And there's a lot of other things that I want to do now that we've got this space that involve the community more. So, you know, charity events, things like that. There's a lot of things that you know, further down the pipeline that we do have planned that, you know, we kind of needed to hit this milestone first before we could start doing those things. We are going to be running some sort of a giveaway soon as well. I was actually planning on doing a giveaway for 250,000 subscribers, but with the market the way it is at the moment and availability being a problem, we couldn't really commit to, you know, getting stock for that giveaway. So I didn't want to promise you guys something and then have it not happen, which is the reason why we didn't really do anything for 250K. But definitely as we approach 300, we might do a big push towards 500,000 or something like that and do some sort of a massive giveaway. There's obviously a lot of really exciting products coming out this year in sim racing as well. We've got Acertech releasing new products. Moser have been releasing products faster than we can keep up, as you guys have seen. We've got the new Simucube active pedals. I'm really hoping that Fanatec back on the scene again this year with more stock. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and it should be a really, really exciting year for growth for sim racing in general. So really happy to have you guys on board for this journey. Thanks very much again for all the support that you've given us. We definitely don't take it for granted. And I know I haven't been as active in the community as you guys might have liked this last year, and I do apologize for that. That's definitely something that I'm hoping to turn around this year. But yeah, for the next couple of weeks, I just need to focus on getting my health back, getting Tom's health back as well, getting more exercise in general. You guys would have seen in the last video, we have a couple of dirt bikes here now as well. That's my son's little one there. That's my one. So that's something that I'm going to be getting back into as well. Something that I really enjoyed as a child, and something that I'm really looking forward to sharing with my kids around the property here. So definitely going to be getting more exercise. I need to get my fitness up to be able to do that with my little boy and be able to keep up with him. So yeah, well, thanks again very much, guys, for all the support. Really, it means the absolute world to us. And yeah, I'll leave it at that for today's video. So thank you again. I keep on saying thank you over and over again, so I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, we'll see you again very soon. We'll hopefully have a couple of race videos over the next couple of weeks, and then we'll be back into our normal review content schedule very, very, very soon. So see you guys very soon, and have a happy and safe new year. Thanks for watching. Bye.